My wife wanted marriage perks without wife duties, so I gave her exactly what she gave me. I want the perks without the duties, she declared coldly. Update 2. Over the next week, I continued implementing my reciprocity plan. I cooked meals only for myself, matching her behavior of the past months. I cleaned only my own messes. When she left dishes in the sink, they stayed there until she handled them. I did my own laundry, but not hers. The breaking point came when she needed a ride after her car wouldn't start. For years I dropped everything to help her with such emergencies. This time I responded with the same excuse she'd given when I'd asked her to pick me up during a snowstorm. Sorry, I'm in the middle of something important. Can you call a ride share? Are you serious right now? She texted back. I'm your wife. Yes, I replied. And I'm your husband. I'm just giving you what you give me. That evening she confronted me directly. What's happened to you? You've changed. Nothing's happened to me. I answered honestly. I've just started to value myself enough to expect reciprocity. I'm matching your investment in this marriage. Nothing more, nothing less. As she stormed off to stay at her friend's place, I felt no satisfaction, only a grim determination to continue the course I'd set. This wasn't about punishment. It was about establishing a precedent for what I would and wouldn't accept in my life. What I didn't expect was how empowering it would feel to finally establish boundaries after years of one-sided compromise. For the first time since our wedding day, I felt like I was standing up for myself. And despite the conflict, that feeling was worth every uncomfortable moment. By the third week of my new approach, the dynamic between us had shifted dramatically. She returned from her friend's place after 2 days, expecting me to have come to my senses. Instead, she found me perfectly content with the new arrangement. The power imbalance that had defined our relationship was dissolving, and she clearly didn't know how to handle it. Her first strategy was to weaponize intimacy. After months of rejecting my advances with excuses about headaches or fatigue, she suddenly appeared in the bedroom wearing lingerie I'd never seen before. When I politely declined, citing the same too tired excuse she'd used countless times, her expression was priceless, a mixture of shock and indignation, as if her attraction alone should command my immediate attention regardless of her previous rejections. Is there someone else? She demanded immediately, jumping to accusations rather than self-reflection. No, I replied honestly. I'm just matching your level of interest. When you start showing consistent desire for intimacy rather than using it as a manipulation tool, I'll respond in kind. This led to her second strategy, involving others in our private matters. The next day, my phone exploded with messages from her family members questioning why I was mistreating her. According to her carefully crafted narrative, I had suddenly become controlling and cold for no reason. She had conveniently omitted the years of imbalance that preceded my change in behavior. Rather than engaging in a public defense, I responded to each message with a simple, I appreciate your concern, but this is between my wife and me. Meanwhile, I documented every manipulation attempt in my growing journal of our interactions, not out of pettiness, but as a reality check for myself when inevitable moments of doubt would creep in. Her third strategy emerged during a dinner with our closest friends, a calculated public performance. She was excessively affectionate, repeatedly mentioning things she'd supposedly done for me, most of which never happened. When our friends asked about our plans for the upcoming holiday weekend, she jumped in. We're thinking of going to the lake house. He works so hard and I want to treat him. The lake house belonged to my family. The treat would come entirely from my pocket. Our friends nodded approvingly at her apparent generosity. Actually, I interjected calmly. We haven't discussed any plans yet. If you'd like to plan a trip, we should talk about how we'll split the costs. The momentary flash of anger in her eyes was quickly masked with a laugh. Oh, he's so practical these days, she told our friends, squeezing my arm with fingernails that dug a little too deep. After our friends left, she exploded. How dare you contradict me in front of them? You made me look bad. I simply stated the truth, I replied. If you want to present yourself as generous, make genuinely generous offers that don't rely on my resources. The confrontation escalated until she threw her trump card. My father always said I deserved a man who would provide everything for me without question. Maybe he was right about you not being good enough. For years that comparison to some imaginary perfect provider would have cut deep. This time I simply nodded. You're entitled to that view, and I'm entitled to expect partnership rather than servitude. If that's not what you want, perhaps we should reconsider this marriage. The suggestion of ending things coming from me rather than as her manipulative threat visibly unsettled her. The financial reality of divorce suddenly seemed to dawn on her. Without access to my income, her lifestyle would change dramatically. Her expression shifted from anger to calculation in an instant. I don't want that, she said, voice softening. We can work this out. I agreed we could, but only with clear expectations of reciprocity. That night, for the first time in years, she washed the dinner dishes without being asked. It was a small gesture, but it revealed something crucial. She was capable of contributing when properly motivated. The real test came the following weekend when my car needed repairs. For years I'd handled all vehicle maintenance for both our cars. This time I took mine to the shop, but left hers with its overdue oil change unaddressed. When are you going to take my car in? She asked, clearly expecting me to handle it as usual. I'm not, I replied simply. I take care of my car, you take care of yours. That's equality. As she struggled to comprehend this new reality where her problems weren't automatically mine to solve, I realized something important. This wasn't just about saving my marriage anymore. It was about saving myself from a lifetime of one-sided sacrifice that would eventually leave me empty. Now you can watch the third part by pressing share and more.